The calendar reads 2026. It is Week 18, the final week of the regular season. Every game on the schedule is a division battle, and this is one of the best. The Seahawks and 49ers come your way next. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. What a way to finish off the regular season. One of the best rivalries of the last quarter century. Seahawks and Niners underway, folks. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 43. Ready?
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. And he gets us one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a first and 10 at the 11.
Come on, hut.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. Second and 7.
Down, hut.
Ritter. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. Second and 9 now. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's first and 10. Looking to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Second and 1. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver, and as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Ready?
He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Here's second and 10.
Let's go now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. And on third and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Come on.
Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their first drive of the game, they were moving the ball okay, then the interception, but they only gave up 3 points the other direction.
Yeah, and that's a big relief for them because when you give up an interception like that, it can be such a momentum changer, but to only give up 3 on the back end gives you a chance to walk back out on the field, and while you're behind, it doesn't feel insurmountable at all.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Blaster, set, go. Blue stripe, Edo blue, red cycle, set, go.
Ritter now. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Down,
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
49er, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Pass caught, right side Tigers. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set, hut, hut.
Ritter back to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Running left is Walker. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
Wow, and that is incomplete. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
A nice throw by the rookie from Alabama. That's a first down. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Going deep for Walker. That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. On the punt, just 2 on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Now the one that you're throwing into? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ready?
Back to throw, Ritter. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. He may go. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Seahawks 3. Piñeiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's another Seahawks first down.
70 Ranger.
They'll set up to throw. Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Come on. Panther 11. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll throw now on the final play. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level. Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
Gets past one man. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Seahawks, first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And the Seahawks
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He'll drop to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches at the 17-yard line.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
First down. A gain of 1 yard.
Let's go now.
First down.
He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Mustang 19. Go. Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Ritter to throw it. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
33, 62 black, no blue. Ready.
Ritter from the gun. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, They need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
They'll look to throw now on first down. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Jason Myers.
Elijah Arroyo, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks will add to their fourth quarter lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's hauled away inside the 30.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 25.
Going play action. Ritter had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Black 40. Hut.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Smith and Jigba in motion right. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. They got his man complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Back to throw here. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And this is intercepted. They're getting ready for the 3rd time.